hit me. Jamie Kessler's doing. Yay!
Yes,
Hooray! I've
we
conquered
have
the
success.
technical. Hey, Jamie, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very good. It's nice. We've spoken on the phone, obviously, but this is the first time we've spoken. And look at us speaking publicly.
Oh my
All
God.
right, I'll keep it really quick because we've got a big audience watching. To everybody, this is Jamie Kessler. Jamie, along with one of our other writing teachers, taught a writing course which sold out in about 35 seconds a few months ago. And all of the students said you and Neil were just fabulous. And I asked if you would kindly come back and do another course for us because it was so popular. And you very nicely said yes. So, Jamie, thank you, first of all, for being brilliant and for being part of the
Thank you
Person Century.
for welcoming me into your school.
No, it's amazing, and it's such a pleasure and an honor. So, Jamie, just for those who don't know you, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing currently? Because I think it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'm a young writer, I guess, in Hollywood relatively. I finally got my like break, so to speak, on 911 Lonestar, which is I've been writing for the past 3 seasons. We drop actually season 5 in September, so it's coming up soon. It's exciting. Um, and yeah, so I just like I loved writing always growing up, and as soon as I realized that like Hollywood was more sort of achievable than I realized. Like it's hard, and I paid my dues. I was an assistant for 6 years doing the whole thing, but started in the UTA mailroom. But then you work your way up, and I learned from some really talented and amazing showrunners. And Lone Star's been absolutely great. It teaches you so much. Broadcast TV, as you know, is like it's a different beast because we have to produce so many more episodes than those 10 episode Netflix series. And so you get to go and be on set and really be a part of it. And so it was really a great experience. And I just love, writing and learning. And I wanted to, join Neil, who was the other professor from the glass class. He was actually my college professor.
That's
So
amazing.
for me, that was a really special thing to teach screenwriting with my screenwriting professor. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and one of the things about that is, the students just sung your praises, both of you. But one of the things that a lot of the students were saying about you is that you really kind of understood how to teach them about because writing is a broad subject. You can be a novel writer, you can be a playwright, you can be a songwriter, but you said it a minute ago, TV writing is a very specific, especially episodic procedural stuff, whether it's a medical show, cop show, fire show, whatever. How do you explain to your students that formula and get them to understand it?
Well, what I'm really excited to do, because I want to focus a little bit more on TV with this class, is talking about the basics a little bit more and just what's like the structure, because TV is all about structure, right? We've got commercials and we've got act breaks. And so it's learning to color within the lines and how to sort of find your voice within this structure. And so what they are going to get the chance to do is think about what they would want an original pilot to be and how to actually then put their voice into this format that hopefully they've grown up loving and watching like all of us.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting because to a lot of people watching, or anybody that sees this on our Instagram, on our socials, will go, right, but she's a TV writer. She lives in Hollywood. Of course. But one of the things about the school that I try to remind people is all of us were fans and all of us were dreamers and praying and hoping. And one of the things I wanted with this school was to try to help people like ourselves that we were once dreamers and fans, but now we get to do it. And we're sort of living our dream. And I want to make that accessible. And that's something that you can literally help facilitate, get somebody from a fan and a dreamer to being like you, right?
Totally. I mean, so yeah, my mom is an English teacher, and I told her, I'll tell you, I told her, Mom, I'm talking to Robin Hood today from Time to Time, because her and I watched that show together. Like, that's what I did is I remember, that ABC Sunday lineup from Desperate Housewives and Brothers and Sisters and Revenge and Once Upon a Time. I mean, that's when I got into TV.
They got
Grace,
a good lineup
early
that
out.
time, didn't they?
It's so good. Yeah. I mean, the first thing was just loving TV. I didn't think I could get into TV either. And then I just like the right internships, the right random person you meet, and then things start to happen. And about writing, it's just the most important thing is just to keep writing
Yes.
and to constantly be doing it. And I find that that's honestly so helpful with the class too, because somebody's telling you, hey, do this. And then it helps you actually sit down and do it, because that's the hardest part of writing.
Yeah,
Is
the
doing.
discipline. And also, if you get stuck when you hit a wall, you're like, oh, I don't know, I'll leave it and I'll go off and look at my phone, or I'll go off and do something. And then it just seems like, oh, it's too hard, it's too insurmountable. But I feel like when you've got an instructor, and especially, you know, the feedback with you guys, with you and Neil, especially you, was so encouraging, so nice, so accessible, and just keep reminding them, but just get over that wall, get under the wall, get around the wall, and then there's something good on the other side. And before you know it, you're like, I have a script, you know, and you don't have to be paid. You don't have to be hired by ABC or NBC. Once you've written a script, you are a writer. Now it's just pursue, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's 100%. They say like acting and directing are hard because you need money, you need somebody to let you do it in a way.
Yeah.
And writing is the one thing where it's just you and the computer. But like, it's so much more fun. Like every week at the beginning, you're reading each other's pieces. Like we cast it in class, and you actually get to both like have fun reading your fellow writers' parts, but you also get to hear the things you've written read aloud, which is a whole other, it's a little bit mortifying the first time it happens, I think.
Yeah.
But then like it's really fun too, and you get to hear, and that's the other thing about screenwriting, is it's so much more about how it sounds than just when you read it on a page, because people, the goal of it is to actually have actors reading your lines.
Yeah, 100%. So we announced just to our previous students that we were doing this class again. As I mentioned earlier, this sold out faster than any other course that we've ever had, including my own. I'm not jealous, fine. But we announced, and so many people have already said, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. So there's actually only a couple of spots available. I think there's only about 4 or 5 spots available. So if you're thinking about doing this, obviously you've met Jamie now, you can see how wonderful she is, how helpful she is. The course is going to start on, is it Saturday, September 14th, Jamie?
That's the plan.
So yeah. Not long, guys. So if you're thinking about doing this, I would dive in real quick, because as I said, the spots go really fast. And obviously it's all going to be Jamie. It's not going to be me. It's just you're going to have a professional, real life, proper Hollywood writer teaching you, and I will stay out of it. I mean, I'd love to pop in at some point and just watch a little bit, because I'm an aspiring writer myself, but not quite at your obviously high standard. But so yeah, I don't want to keep Jamie long. It's a Sunday, and I want Jamie to go back to her afternoon, and I'm going to go join my kids. But just wanted to say, Saturday, the 14th of September, 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's West Coast of America time. So that if you're in the UK, it will be 5 p.m. Or if you're in Europe, it's the afternoon for you guys. If you're on the West Coast or East Coast, a little bit later. Also, a reminder, if anybody else, the spots are going quite fast for this. We have the great Steve Hughes, multi-BAFTA winning director, who's going to be starting a director's course in mid-October, and I think half the spots have gone already. So, and I will also be starting a beginner's acting course again. So if you want to sign up for any of these courses, write us an email to thepleasconservatory@gmail.com. And Jamie, again, thank you so much for doing this. I'm so thrilled that we get to have some work with you.
Yeah, and I will say, I do see one comment from the students who did it last time we were coming back, and Emma, I think it was, if you, I'm happy to still be available to you to talk about your things from the last class, but I think we'll try and head more into TV writing specifically versus feature writing like we did last time.
Yes, that's a great point, actually. And I think that especially this is your world that you're living and moving in and everything. And I think TV writing, it will be so interesting for you to sort of explain how that formula works. You mentioned ad breaks and there's commercials, and we've got to tease the next episode, and you've got to kind of tie everything up in a bow for that episodic episode. But you've also got bigger storylines that are going through the whole season and stuff. So there's a lot to it, isn't there? But well, I'm so thrilled. I'm so grateful. And please tell your mum I said hi and thank you.
Oh, I will.
Sometime. And I will be speaking to you soon. But thank you everybody else for joining us, and I hope everybody has a lovely weekend, or what's left of it. Thanks, Jamie. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.